Good early afternoon. We are live. I'm Andy Andrews. You've joined us for the Blue Plate Special. No food, just observations, answers, laughter while you eat lunch. But there's no food here. It's not served here. Occasionally we'll get a call and go, what do you have for your Blue Plate Special? Is that crazy? It's really not crazy. I guess, that's kind of what Blue Plate Special means. And if we're not saying no food or Blue Plate Special show, I suppose that would be, I don't know, that would be a normal question for somebody to ask. Mama Bear, good afternoon. First time you've caught a live show in a while. Happy to be here. Happy you are here. Hey, Dina Kilpatrick, how are you doing? You shared a good one, because today we're going to have a good time. We're going to have a good time. We're going to laugh a lot. I got something in my eye. There it is. Sandy Atkins, happy Tuesday from hot, windy, and dry El Salvador. You're shelling field peas. Memories of sitting on the front porch of my aunt and uncle's house in the swing, shelling peas at Defuniak Springs. And so from Defuniak Springs to El Salvador. Good grief. My wife has many memories of shelling peas where they would sit on the corner of the house, she and Betty Jo. My wife is the only person from DeKalb, Mississippi who escaped without two first names. But she and Betty Jo and Nancy Jane would sit on the corner of the house where people drove by shelling peas so they could wave, so they could be seen, I guess. Tom Henderson, good afternoon, Clearwater, Florida. Man, it's good to have you here. David Kramer from Florida. I hope you guys are doing okay. I mean, I know how it is to get to this point in a hurricane situation where the news is through with it, and you guys are just getting into it. So our prayers are still with you guys. And you came to our studio about a year ago, I think, so appreciate you being here. We got people in the studio today and some more coming in. Over here, JC Buck. I love it. JC Buck, and underneath it says, name pronounced Jackie. So, hey, Jackie Buck from Gulfport, Mississippi. Just got done with breakfast. What did you do all night? I've got a comment on the election. Would you like a comment on the election? Would you like a nonpartisan comment on the election? Dina Kilpatrick says, you found me on Mark's page and thought I was a menu he was sharing. Mark Lowry's got me on his page. Okay. Well, I appreciate that, Mark. Mark is a nut. He is like my boy's crazy uncle. Heather Lewis Davis, hello. Your first time here? Let me see if I can offend you with some political comments right off the bat. No, we're very non-offensive here. We're an equal opportunity offender. We just offend everybody. Linda Gasaway from North Texas. You're here. Gloria Miles from Byron Center, Michigan. Are you guys from Michigan? Really? How are the Wolverines doing this year? Okay. I really hadn't kept up with them. I kind of keep up with them if they're beating Alabama or if they're losing to Appalachian State. I kind of find out both ends of that spectrum. But in Alabama, it's just like, good grief. Did you see the T-shirt that I wore? Julie, did you see the T-shirt I wore Saturday for the game? My Alabama shirt has let me down twice this year. And so I wore the shirt of a really good team, the Orange Beach Lady Makos, our national champion softball team. And we won. When I wore the Lady Mako shirt, we won. Okay, so here's my thought. about us all during the election time, and I may talk about the election Thursday. I may do that. Now Thursday we're Wisdom Harbor, and so if you want to watch the show, please be a member of Wisdom Harbor. It's $27 a year, the streaming service, and you get everything. So, but if you want to hear our thoughts on the election, tune in Thursday. It's hard for me to commit 2 days in advance to a topic on the Blue Plate Special because we're pretty free form here. But I'm going to commit to some election talk and see if I can do it without ticking anybody off. Marcy Crosser Taylor, good morning. Beautiful day in Richland, Washington. Glad you're here. It's a pretty day here, too. It's a pretty day. Luella Lundy from Pennsylvania, Swing State, Pennsylvania. Donald and Evelyn Perry from Belleville, Ontario, Canada. Did you guys just watch US TV and just laugh your butts off at us right now? I mean, I would bet there is no greater time to be a Canadian than during American election season. Marcy Crosser Taylor, it's your husband's birthday today. Well, happy birthday to him. And our present to him is that he continues to get to live with you. So how about that? All right. So here's my thought. Everybody, you know how you've tried to sit down and talk sense into some of your friends, and they're just not having it. I mean, they won't listen to reason. They won't even align with their own values. Do you know why it's almost impossible to talk somebody from one side to the other? And I'm being serious. Here's why. Because it's a lot easier to fool somebody than to convince somebody they have been fooled. That's it. So, you ready to get on to the show? Here we go. Did you get to, have you seen the podcast yet that released this morning with Austin Gray, our oldest son, and who's a singer-songwriter, and so make sure you watch this. It's a repeat episode. But there's so many things that have happened to him in the past year. We decided to repeat it and add the stuff in the show notes because he has a website now that shows his calendar of where he's playing in Tennessee, Alabama, Arkansas, Mississippi, Florida, and he's doing 15 to 18 dates a month. And so just, definitely go and subscribe to his website and get on that and just check the calendar every now and then. He's also playing 3 times at the Frank Brown International Songwriters Festival. So that's a big deal for all of us because that's a big deal. So anyway, but check him out and subscribe to his YouTube channel, if you will, for his dad, if you would do that. When you have a son as a songwriter and you have a best friend as a songwriter, Jimmy Erie, I think you pay attention to the words in songs, maybe more, certainly more than I used to, okay? And so I decided that today we would do some lyrics through the years that I have found particularly ridiculous. And this is not a comprehensive list. This is just a personal list. And I even have a couple of songs on here that I like, but they've got maybe a couple of places in them that the lyrics are just so ridiculous that you just can't ignore it. Now, I don't know if it's ridiculous to have lyrics that you can't understand, but we've had those. And no, I'm not talking about those. Remember, blinded by the light, wrapped up like a runner in the night. I mean, what is that? I don't know what that is. But it may be profound. I just don't know. And so I'm not including something like that we just kind of don't even know what it is. So I'm just gonna, and we're really going lyrics. I'm not gonna try to sing these to you. We're just going lyrics today, and we're gonna start in the 50s and just see, because I remember in the 70s, my dad giving me these are the stupidest words to these songs you're listening to. Can't even understand them. They're the stupidest words. And I'm like, yeah. And your generation gets credit for shaboom, shalalala, baka baka. I mean, that's you. And so those are intelligent words. Anyway, so we're going to go with, start with the 50s. And the Coasters, who did Charlie Brown in 1959. Now, I got to say, I like this song. I mean, I just always say that, why is everybody always picking on me? I just like that, But it's an odd subject for a song. Who walks in the classroom cool and slow? Who calls the English teacher Daddy-O? Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown. He's a clown, that Charlie Brown. He's going to get caught, just you wait and see. Why is everybody always picking on me? Now see, it works. It went to number 1. So that's just to get us started. Now, in 1954, the Crew Cuts did one, and the name of the song is Shaboom. That's the name of the song. All right, so let me see if I can do this for you. Hey, nonny ding dong, alang alang alang. Boom bado, badu, badoodle a. Oh, life could be a dream. Shaboom, shaboom. If I could take you up in paradise up above, you, shaboom, shaboom. If you would tell me I'm the only one that you love, you, shaboom, shaboom. Life could be a dream, sweetheart. Now, that one's just, it's kind of cute, but you can't see Frank Sinatra or Waylon Jennings singing that, I mean, that has to be the Spinners or somebody like that, and so the Crew Cuts did it. I didn't even look up to see who the Crew Cuts were. I don't know if they're black or white or what, but that's just one of those kind of songs that you don't. I mean, if Elvis had done it, it would have ruined his career. His career would have been over. Hey, Nani, Papa, oh. Okay, now here's one that I've always hated. I have always hated this song. It's done, and I don't know how I even know the song existed. But it was 1951, a decade before I was born, and it's done by Rosemary Clooney. Now, if you don't know who Rosemary Clooney is, the first thing you want to know is George Clooney's aunt. All right, that's who she is. But if you also need something to jog your memory about Rosemary Clooney, you know the movie White Christmas? Okay, there was Bing Crosby and Danny Kaye, and there was Rosemary Clooney and another lady. Okay, Rosemary Clooney was the less good looking of those two. That's who she was. She's dead. She don't care. She didn't care. I'm not offending her. But I hated this song, and I don't know where I ever even heard it. But the song is called Come On My House. All right, now, let me give these lyrics to you. Tell me if you hate this as much as I do. I'm like cringing about to say it. This gives me the heebie-jeebies. Come on my house, my house. I'm gonna give you candy. Come on my house, my house. I'm gonna give you apple, a plum, and apricot too. Come on my house, my house. Come on my house, my house. Come on my house, my house. I'm gonna give you figs and dates and grapes and cakes, and candy. I hate that song. I mean, do you guys, have you ever even heard it? I mean, I don't know, how have I heard it? But the worst part is that she does it like, you know, real groovy, like, come on to my house, I'm gonna give you candy. I mean, that's either a Halloween song or a sex song, one or the other. In 1951, I don't really know which one it is. But it's ridiculous lyrics. But it's by a dead person, so it's okay. All right, here we go. Ohio Express in 1968. We're moving into the 60s. Ohio Express in 1968. Any guesses? This is pretty bad. So let me see if I can deliver this to you seriously. Yummy, yummy, yummy. I got love in my tummy, and I feel like I loving you. Love, you're such a sweet thing, good enough to eat thing, and it's just what I'm gonna do. Ooh, love to hold ya, ooh, love to kiss ya, ooh, love, I love it so. Ooh, love, you're sweeter, sweeter than sugar. Ooh, love, I won't let you go. Yeah, yummy, yummy, yummy. I got love in my tummy. And as silly as it may seem, the lovin' that you're givin' is what keeps me livin'. And your love is like peaches and cream, kinda like sugar, kinda like spice, kinda like what you do, kinda sounds funny, but I love honey, and honey, I love you. Ba-da, ba-da, da-da-da, ba-da-da-da, da-da, yummy, yummy, yummy. And that was a hit. Yeah, baby, that was a hit. The Ohio Express. The Ohio Express doesn't sound like a name of a group that would sing something that stupid. Who was the song? What was the group that did Roller Coaster? Remember that song? Roller Coaster. Say what? Roller Coaster. Remember that? Who did that?
I'm not.
Wasn't that
sure
Ohio
if
something?
There's a lot of songs that come up looking up Roller Coaster.
It was the Ohio State Buckeyes. Let's see, it was the football team that sang that. No, I think
Ohio players?
Ohio players. Yeah, and somebody was supposedly murdered during the recording of that song. Roller coaster. Say what? That's a stupid one too. That's not even on the list. Oh God. You know, this show is going to make me mad today, I think. And because I'm just like heebie-jeebying all over. All right, here we go. 1969, probably my favorite group during 1969, the Archies. Do you remember the Archies? You remember Archie comic books, but do you remember the Archies? Now, they had a Saturday morning cartoon, and it was one of those really cheap cartoons. You know, the cartoons that, like Bugs Bunny, Huckleberry Hound, very smooth moving, you know, arise, sirloin of beef, arise, cirrhosis of liver, arise. You remember Bugs Bunny? But Archie's, that was a cheap cartoon. And so, like, Archie would sing and play the guitar. Reggie played the bass. I forget what Jughead played. But Betty and Veronica were like backup singers and played the tambourine. And by the way, when I was a little kid reading Archie comic books, I thought that Veronica's name, I was pronouncing it to myself, reading. I thought it was a Vorkula. I don't know why, but it's just like, you know, when I was reading, there was a Lassie book that I read, and Lassie's, Timmy's mother had a 4-door sedan, but in my mind, it was a 4-door sedan. I didn't know what that was. And you read Colonel, you know, reading about the Army Colonel. But anyway, so Betty and Vorkula were the singers, were the background singers. And in 1969, Don Kirshner offered this song to the Monkees, and they wouldn't do it. And they were so set against doing it, and it got to be such a fight that Michael Nesmith put his hand through a wall. I'm assuming it was sheetrock, but put his hand through a wall. And so they didn't do it. But the Archies took it to #1 with their bad acting on their Saturday morning cartoon. And I was telling you about how bad that cartoon was. You know, with Bugs Bunny and everybody, it was very smooth, but it was that, it was many less frames per second in the Archie cartoons. And so when they would play, they would do this. And that was kind of the entirety of their movement. And so the big song, though, Sugar. Oh, honey, honey, you are my candy girl. Now, there's another reference to candy. It's either Halloween or sex. I don't know. All right. Sugar. Ah, honey, honey, you are my candy girl, and you got me wanting you. Honey, oh, sugar, sugar, you are my candy girl, and you got me wanting you. I just can't believe. Now, this is a great line. I just can't believe the loveliness of loving you. That's deep, and I just can't believe the loveliness of loving you. I just can't believe it's true. I just can't believe the wonder of this feeling too. I just can't believe it's true. Ah, sugar. Oh, honey, honey. You are my candy girl, and you got me wanting you. Oh, honey. Oh, sugar, sugar. You are my candy girl, and you got me wanting you. When I kissed you, girl, I knew how sweet a kiss could be. I know how sweet a kiss can be. Like the summer sunshine, pour your sweetness over me. Pour your sweetness over me. Oh, 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 sugar. Pour a little sugar on it, honey. Pour a little sugar on it, baby. I'm gonna make your life so sweet. Yeah, 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 sugar. Ah, honey, honey. You're my candy girl, and you got me wanting you. Oh, 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 honey. Sugar, sugar. Sugar, sugar, honey, honey. Sugar, sugar. You are my candy girl. That's a pretty simple song. I actually, when it comes to the Archies, I'm more of a Bang Shang Lang guy than I am a honey sugar. You remember Bang Shang Lang? You're too young to remember Bang Shang Lang. You do, you don't. Do y'all remember Bang Shang Lang? Bang Shang Lang? Come on, Bang Shang Lang. Bang, bang. Let me see if I can do it. Let's say. When I was just walking down the street, whom by chance but should I meet? Saw you from the corner of my eye. You look so good, I thought that I would die. My heart went bang, shang, lang. Bang, shang, lang. Bang, shang, lang. Bang, bang. That's a ridiculous song too, but I'm more of a Bang Shang Lang guy than a honey, honey, sugar, sugar guy. Okay. Edie Ward says, I'm just turning in and I'm blushing. Well, it's because of all the candy references. Of course you're blushing. Remember Procol Harum? Procol Harum was a group. And you will remember the name of this song. It came out in 1967. Procol Harum is called Whiter Shade of Pale. You remember the name of that, right? But can you even do you have any idea how the song goes? And all right, here are the lyrics. We skipped the light fandango, turned cartwheels across the floor. I was feeling kind of seasick, but the crowd called out for more. The room was humming harder as the ceiling flew away. When we called out for another drink, the waiter brought a tray. And so it was that later, as the miller told his tale, that her face, at first just ghostly, turned a whiter shade of pale. I don't really know what that means. But for some reason, go back to the beginning of that lyric. For some reason, I hear Willie Nelson doing that. I don't know why. I don't have any idea that he ever did that. I don't know if I ever, but just that first line, we skipped the light, fandango. I don't know why. That just sounds like something he would do. Anyway, Whiter Shade of Pale. Joy Jenkins card from Eupora, Mississippi. Kevin Tim Perkins, the old man, is here. Enjoyed having lunch, y'all. Kevin, you're going to remember this. This may be my favorite on the list. I don't know. The 1968 MacArthur Park. Now, there is disagreement about who did this because so many people did it. And believe it or not, well, I'll tell you that in a little bit, but Richard Harris was the first one to record it. He was a British stage actor. And he is was probably best known for Camelot. The birds are springing in the springtime in Camelot. In Camelot. I mean, that was Richard Harris. And so then he did MacArthur Park. And he couldn't get it right in the studio because he kept calling it MacArthur's Park. And then it was recorded a bunch of times as MacArthur Park. And then in 1980, Donna Summer had a #1 hit with it, but she called it MacArthur's Park. Now, would you like to know who else recorded this? Tony Bennett, the Four Tops, and Waylon Jennings recorded it 4 times. 4 times. All right, I'm gonna tell them that after we do this, because that's the kind of the surprise. But here's the thing. Here's the lyric. Spring was never waiting for us, dear. It ran one step ahead as we followed in the dance. MacArthur Park is melting in the dark, all the sweet green icing flowing down. Someone left the cake out in the rain. I don't think I can take it, 'cause it took so long to bake it, and I'll never have that recipe again. Oh no. All right, now let's do that with a little emotion. Let's do it as it's written. I'm not going to sing it, but let's just do it with the emotion that it cries out for. Spring was never waiting for us, dear. It ran one step ahead as we followed in the dance. MacArthur Park is melting in the dark, all the sweet green icing flowing down. Someone left the cake out in the rain, and I don't think I can take it, 'cause it took so long to bake it, and I'll never find that recipe again. Oh no! Dude, it's just a cake. Calm down. Oh my God. I mean, every time I hear that song, someone left cake out in the rain, and I don't think I can take it. It took so long to bake it, and I'll never find that recipe again. No. I mean, you got problems. There's other things going on that are worse than a cake. I mean, it's just a cake. Calm down. But, that was written by Jimmy Webb. Now, if you don't know who Jimmy Webb is, this is one of the greatest songwriters of all time. Jimmy Webb wrote Galveston. He wrote Wichita Lineman. And here's one you probably don't know he wrote. He wrote Highwayman. You know the song that Willie and Johnny Cash and Waylon and Christopherson sang? I was a highwayman, on the post roads I did ride, sword and pistol by my side. That was Jimmy Webb. And then he had to go write some stupid song about a cake in the rain. God almighty. Okay. Now I think we could have come up with some better words than MacArthur Park is melting in the dark. I think we could. And here's a stab. Jurassic Park is frightening in the dark. All the dinosaurs are running wild. Someone shut the fence off in the rain. I admit it's kind of eerie, but this proves my chaos theory. I think that's as good as the original. All right, how about Your Song, 1970? Your Song, Elton John did it. Now, I gotta say, I like this song. It was written by Bernie Taupin in 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, he wrote this song. But I'm gonna show you. I like the song, but I'm gonna show you the part that I don't like. I'm gonna show you the part where I think he cheated. All right, The lyrics are, it's a little bit funny, this feeling inside. I'm not one of those who can easily hide. I don't have much money, but boy, if I did, I'd buy a big house where we both could live. Remember this song? Remember? If I was a sculptor, but then again, no. Or a man who makes potions in a traveling show. I know it's not much, but it's the best I can do. My gift is my song, and this one's for you. And you can tell everybody this is your song. It may be quite simple, but now that it's done, I hope you don't mind that I put it down in words. How wonderful life is while you're in the world. Now, you remember that song, right? I like that song. But back up just a little bit. Right there. Wait, a little more. Right there. Okay. In a song, aren't you're supposed to tell a story? Now, I know you're supposed to rhyme it too. You got to rhyme it. But if rhyming it becomes more important than the story, it leaves a hitch for me. I just, I'll look and I'll go, what? Okay, so we've got a man who makes potions in a traveling show. So we got to rhyme show. Or we got to have something to rhyme with show. And so above that, he starts off with, if I was a sculptor. And that sounds like that's going somewhere. If I was a sculptor, if I was his. But he's got to rhyme with show down below. So he goes, if I was a sculptor, but then again, no. That's how you're going to rhyme with show? Is to say, right in the middle of the song, what I just said was stupid. If I was a sculptor, but then again, no. Really, you're going to write a song and you're just going to tell everybody you're stupid, right? No, that's stupid words. No. Hey, no, show. Okay. I don't know. It's odd to me every time I hear it. Okay, let's move ahead. All right. Neil Diamond, 1971. I said. Now, this one just creeps me out. I love Neil Diamond. I love hearing it. I said. I like the song, kinda. But I guess that's the only part I like. Because listen to these words. Did you ever read about a frog who dreamed of being a king and then became one? Well, except for the names and a few other changes. If you talk about me, the story's the same one. But I got an emptiness deep inside, and I've tried, but it won't let me go. I said, to no one there, and no one heard me at all. Not even the chair. Boy, there's a lame rhyme. I mean, you got something going there. You're trying to be emotional, and then all of a sudden you're channeling Goodnight Moon, the stupidest children's book in the history of the world. Good night, moon. Good night, clock. Good night, rug. Good night, lamp. Good night, chair. Hey, God almighty, that's just the stupidest children's book of all time, and it sold gajillions. And so here's Neil Diamond right in the middle of a hit song, and he can't think of anything except chair. I'm telling you, he was channeling Goodnight Moon. Now, so listen, I said, to no one there, and no one heard at all. Not even the chair. Can't you imagine him? He's going, I said, to no one there, and no one heard me at all. I'll go comb my hair. And I said, to no one there, and no one heard me at all. Except a booger bear. No. I am, I said, to no one there, and no one heard me at all. So I'll go to the fair. I mean, all those are just as good as no one heard me at all. Not even the chair. See, I'm telling you, there is the kind of the mentality that's like channeling Goodnight Moon. Because if you're saying good night to the clock, and good night to the rug, and good night to the window, then I guess it's kind of like you think they hear you saying good night. And so is Neil Diamond saying, I am, I said, to no one there, and no one heard me at all, not even the chair. So is he saying that, I'll say some things sometimes, and everybody will listen. I even talk to the chair, and the chair will respond. But this time I said, I am. And I said it to no one there, but nobody heard me at all. Not even the chair was listening to me. It just don't make any sense. I mean, the deeper you go, the worse it is. All right, remember the group Yes? Remember the rock group Yes? And now here, this is 1971, and we're getting into some screaming kind of lyrics where it kind of doesn't matter what you say as long as it rhymes at the end because it's the beat. They go, God, I'm fine, die plane, down, Maine, I'm down, and I'm gonna eat now. I'm hold my feet now. I mean, I think that's kind of what that turned into. Because in 1971, Yes did an album called The Solid Time of Change. And here's lyrics on that album. A seasoned witch could call you from the depths of your disgrace and rearrange your liver to the solid mental grace. Yeah, that's what I want. It's music that rearranges my liver. Okay, next one. Let's move on down. This one is another one that gives me the heebie-jeebies. Muskrat Love. Remember Muskrat Love? Who did Muskrat Love? Do you not remember? Really? Y'all don't remember? Who? See, everybody remembers the Captain and I say everybody remembers. Nobody apparently remembers. Do you remember this song, Matt? Of course you don't. You don't even know who the Osmonds are. Okay, so Muskrat Love was actually done first by America. And it almost ruined their career because people just hated it. I mean, here was these guys who did Ventura Highway and Sister Golden Hair Surprise, and I mean, they just had some cool hits. And then they did Muskrat Love, and it went all the way to number 67 on the charts. It almost took them down. All right, but then, and that was in 1973. Then in 76, 3 years later, Captain and Tennille did it and took it to number 4. All right, now I've got to read you these lyrics because this is just. First of all, imagine a serious rock act doing this. And then you get Captain and Tennille doing it. They were kind of bubblegumish anyway, but here we go. Muskrat, muskrat, candlelight, doing the town and doing it right. In the evening, it's pretty pleasing. Muskrat Susie, Muskrat Sam, do the jitterbug out in Muskrat Land, and they shimmy. Sam is so skinny. And they whirl and they twirl and they tango, singing and jingling a jango, floating like the heavens above, looks like muskrat love. Nibbling on bacon, chewing on cheese, Sam says to Susie, honey, would you please be my missy? Susie says yes, with her kissy. Now he's tickling her fancy, rubbing her toes. Muzzle to muzzle now, anything goes. As they wiggle, Sue starts to giggle. And they whirl and they twirl and they tango, singing and jingling a jango, floating like the heavens above, looks like muskrat love. You can see how that almost took America down. And in their biography, America's, because they quit doing the song. They didn't do the song anymore. And America said after concerts, some people would tell us that they could not believe we didn't play it, while other people would go out of their way to thank them for not playing it. I can kind of see that. How about 1974? Helen Reddy, I Am Woman. Do you remember this? This was the feminist anthem, man. This like kicked it off. And it is kind of a nice tune. But Helen was a little too uptight. I mean, these lyrics make her sound pretty uptight. And the rhyme scheme, again, somebody was searching for something that they didn't find, and they just threw something in there. All right, but here are the lyrics. I am woman, watch me grow. See me standing toe to toe as I spread my loving arms across the land. But I'm still an embryo with a long, long way to go until I make my brother understand. I don't think many guys ever asked Helen how her day was going. You know, I think guys were staying away from her. But see, the rhyme scheme, that one just kills me in there. It's like, grow, toe, go. Embryo. Let's put embryo in there. Sheesh. I'm just an embryo with a long, long wait. God, all right, Melissa Manchester. Don't cry out loud. You remember that? That one was almost as anguish-filled as MacArthur Park. Don't cry out loud. Just keep. So this is about a girl who, according to the song lyrics, about a girl who danced without a net upon a wire. Whatever that means. But in it, she sings, she gives the opposite advice of what psychiatrists everywhere recommend. This is Melissa's advice. Don't cry out loud. Just keep it inside. Learn how to hide your feelings. Fly high and proud. And if you should fall, remember, you almost had it all. Oh, that makes things better. You're on a high wire without a net, and if you fall, remember, you almost had it all. That don't help anything. That don't help anybody. That don't make anybody feel better. I remember. Okay, got two more. And these are modern day examples. Now, one is by a group. I honestly, I've never heard of them. The group is called Cypress Hill. The song is I Ain't Going Out Like That. And the album was Hits from a Bong, which might give you some ideas to the quality of these lyrics. And I gotta say, in one way, these lyrics are inventive, but in another way, they're just, I don't know, should I say that some lyrics are juvenile? I mean, does that sound good? Does saying something is juvenile sound good from somebody as juvenile as me? Because, I mean, I know I'm juvenile. This whole show's been pretty juvenile. But these lyrics are juvenile to me. Here we go. From the album Hits from a Bong. Van Gogh did some eyeball pleasers. He must have been a pencil squeezer. He didn't paint the Mona Lisa. That was some Italian geezer. Let me do that again. I just got to do it. Van Gogh did some eyeball pleasers. He must have been a pencil squeezer. He didn't paint the Mona Lisa. That was some Italian geezer. Yeah, that's juvenile. Okay. The last one that I want to do for you requires, I think it requires some interjection in between the lines, because the lines are just and they mean nothing. They mean absolutely nothing. All the way through the song, all the way to the end, means nothing. Unless you're trying to figure them out. Okay, it's Spice Girls, and the song is Wannabe. All right, so here's the first line. Now, let me try to do the line for you, and then I'll be the responder. Okay? All right, here we go. Yo, I tell you what I want, what I really, really want. Okay, then. It's nice to meet somebody who knows what they want. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Sure, please do. I tell you what I want, what I really, really want. Hadn't you already said that before? Anyway, tell me. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Well, I'm getting excited about hearing this. It must be something wonderful that you really want. It just seems everybody wants to know. I want a high, I want a high, I want a high, I want a high. Yes, yes. Oh, the excitement is killing me. The excitement is just killing me. Come on. I really, 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 really want a zigzag. I'm sorry? You want a what? I mean, it's just a total disappointment. I mean, I've seen lyricists pushing themselves into a corner before, but this is just, this is past anything I've ever seen in my life. Okay, tell me. What you want, what you really, really want. Well, I don't even know what you're talking about. And there's no music. There's no music. It's just saying that. Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. What? Okay. Anyway, I have tired my juvenile self out with this show. Tina Kirkpatrick said, at least your juvenilosity is humorous. Well, thank you. Yep, Edie Ward says we're all in the 7th grade today. Yes. I can still remember jokes I heard in the 4th and 5th grade. Tammy Nance says, I like that song until now. Well, glad I could ruin it for you. Well, we'll see you Thursday. Thanks for joining us. I hope this hadn't been a waste of time. See you in a couple of days.